Granby Conservation Commission, 25 June 2019, meeting now in session.
7:15.
7:15.
Oh, so Mike Woody, since he's not on our list.
Yeah.
But it should be just a quick.
Okay, let's do building permits first. I know a couple of people called for building permits. Whoever's on the list, Wenda, would you read the names there? Let's see who's up for a building permit.
Sandra, are you here for a building permit?
Well, they're my neighbors. I'm Sarah Linton. I live on High Street next to Dave and Sandy.
Okay.
Was it 39 or 36 High Street?
36 High Street is the property that I own.
Oh, Kathy said you'd be calling, Kathy Leonard.
Yes, apparently Kathy knew more about me.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, very good, very good. And you're building a shed or a garage or something?
It's a carport off the north side.
Okay, all right. Do you have a building permit application?
I do. I haven't submitted it yet. When I talked to Greg, he suggested that I
Yeah,
talk
come
to
on
you all
up.
first.
Okay, come on up.
And then what I'm gonna have to do is request a special permit because I wanna build closer to the road than 40 feet.
Okay, that's with the planning board, of course.
So he figured getting
Okay.
your input
Yep.
early.
Okay.
Definitely doesn't hurt. I don't see anything for us to worry about. It's this house right over here.
36
Anyway,
high.
if you want to look on that.
Yeah,
Do we have the building permit? No, there it is.
yeah, it's right here.
Okay.
Do you see my little squiggly?
Now, can you zoom?
Oh, that's it, okay.
Well, I zoomed out to make sure that my layers were actually loading.
Okay, oh, all right.
Sorry,
okay.
now it's gonna take a second.
All right.
So you can see that there's stuff far beyond.
Okay.
She's in here.
Yeah, we're kind of at the top there.
And looks,
So there's like nothing that I see.
that could be something there.
This,
Yeah.
it doesn't connect to anything that we just saw. I have the hydraulic connections on, I have the
Okay.
wetlands on,
Where is this property? High Street.
High Street, Near Pleasant.
Frank Marion.
It's, I'm guessing it's just a
That's a
drainage
driveway.
for the
That's their
fields.
access for
Oh, all
tractors
right,
to get
okay.
around.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Or like this
What-
here,
yeah,
this is
that
probably
anything?
just, I'm sure it's some
Well,
grading
look,
for
let's
drainage.
look, yeah, look the other way, up through the woods there. Okay. See, there could be something there and we just can't see it. You never know.
It's possible, but that is
That's
several
where all
houses
of
down.
the sewer lines go through that field.
Okay.
From that street, so it could be from
It-
when they do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay.
And-
Just double checking, we have to do
No,
that.
no, no,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you because there's a,
It does, yeah, look questionable when you look at it like this.
Okay, how many houses is it from Pleasant, Morgan Street, I guess? Is it?
Pleasant?
How many houses
Morgan.
down from Morgan Street?
Oh,
from Pleasant Street, it's third house.
Third house on the left?
If you're going
three
down
on the
hill, it's on
right.
left,
yeah, you're looking at the right one.
The-
On the east side.
It has a dark colored roof?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Only thing I see there is it's the headwater for the swale and drainage system that goes behind the Children's First project. But again,
Oh,
okay.
but that's very, very dry because it's at the top of the hill. So
Yeah,
I-
we were actually talking about that lower section, two
Yeah.
houses down from her. Nope, go down two houses.
Okay.
And on the right side, see that dark?
Yeah,
That was what Linda was concerned about.
okay. That's
But
not
it doesn't look like it's
it's not the
connected.
subject house, though.
See, there's a line there, but, you know, I
There
don't know what that
is.
is.
Yeah.
I think it's just some sort of ancestral drainage path, but I mean, this field has been a field for what seems like a while.
So where would you be building?
On the north side of the house,
Okay,
so between my house and the next house over that's closer to the mortgage.
okay. So is your house to the right of theirs or to the left? If you'd be kind enough to come up here.
Right and left versus.
Yeah, I know.
What you're
This
talking
is south here.
Okay.
Is that your house?
So this is behind
Actually, this is my
Children's.
house.
Oh, that is, okay, and where's
And
36?
so
That's
it's
the
gonna go
range.
where this tree was. That tree is
Okay.
now
Supposed
to
down
be
because it was
down here
dead.
somewhere?
And the carport is gonna just be an
So
extension.
that's 36 High Street?
Yes.
Okay,
And this actually is a covered porch, right
Okay.
here, this little jutting
Okay,
out,
yeah.
and it's just gonna.
yeah, I don't see any problem there, guys.
I think
I
we're,
don't see any problem. I move we approve this without any further action.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we gotta sign.
so can
your
any of
little
us,
form
one
here.
of us taking notes?
You've been nominated.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Because she's supposed to send this to us in Word now.
Yeah, I didn't even receive an
All
agenda.
right, so it's Sandra,
Oh, no,
Let-
you wanna put my name down?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is me.
Sarah. And it's a, it's a carport?
Yeah.
It was 36.
So it's a one-car carport,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
First,
Okay, what's today's
let's see,
date?
did you second, Bill?
No, I made the motion,
All right, Bill made the motion.
yeah,
I second.
okay.
Okay, all right.
Glad we could help you tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
There you go.
New resident of Granby.
Very good.
Welcome.
Very good.
Welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Yes.
We'd rather see people proactive.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Dan?
that takes care of, is that
The
Sandra?
first 3 people.
3 people, okay. John Mitchell, we already took care of. Mike Lottie.
Mike, come on up. Mike, thanks for getting this done with an engineer.
Bigger one if you wanna.
Oh, no, this is fine. Do you have others for the other folks here?
Yeah.
You just took mine.
Manny, we talked about it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, he has a big.
It's okay, I was looking at it before.
Okay.
The large one where we can
These
see stuff.
magnifiers for the small version.
Okay,
So it's essentially the same drawing, just Sherman and Freddie did a much better job than
okay.
my electrical engineers do. And, just a swale to a small plunge pool, and then across the street, the connector's already there. And they proposed, they said in here, abandoning the existing 10-inch drain that we had in there. But I don't think that's necessary. I'd rather just leave it in place. It's not gonna do anything either way. And it could be just potentially overflow for storms or things, so.
Mr. Brooks, did you get a chance to look at this? Would you give it to Mr. Brooks, Mike, for a couple of minutes to look at?
I was
So-
gonna say, I like the idea of the overflow.
Yeah. All right,
'Cause it'll
so,
prevent
so have we
failure
got
if
rid
there
of
was a
all the
backup.
rock and stuff, and now it's going to be a natural grass swale?
Grass with some check dams. Yeah.
That's good.
And then maybe the plunge pool will probably have some rock in it, right?
Yes,
To
absolutely.
prevent.
Erosion, yeah.
Yeah. But those are always great.
Oh, I see, so he's gonna
Star
match
pools
the
are awesome.
existing pipe that's there.
Yes.
Okay. That's only a 10-inch pipe?
It is, yeah. Well, the reason is, the limiting factor is on the neighbor's drive.
Yeah.
It's only 10-inch.
Yeah, because I thought for some reason, I thought it was a bigger pipe. That's okay.
All right, so where's the plunge pool?
Right there.
Yeah.
So it discharges to there and splashes to dissipate the energy.
Okay.
And then it passes over
All
to
right.
here.
Is
And then
this,
that's all the vegetated
is this
stuff.
bigger so it will hold the excess till it can go across that small diameter pipe?
Okay, Kev?
Well,
I got your
I'm
call.
just
Sorry, I didn't
worried
return it.
about
I was so
backup as.
busy.
the limiting will be their pipe on the neighbor's
Right.
driveway is 10-inch.
Right.
So
So
there's a small.
my question is this big enough, Bill, the plunge pool to hold excess water until it can go through that 10-inch pipe?
Well, again, it's gonna have to be maintained. The problem with those is they need to be maintained periodically.
Yeah, we're out
But
there.
actually, Donnie shows it on the plan to be maintained. So, whose property is that on? Is that on,
It's on mine.
it's on,
Well,
the,
Western Mass.
the WMDC property, okay.
The pipe? Oh,
The pipe and the plunge pool.
Yeah.
okay. So the pipe is how big?
10-inch.
10 inch. Okay. And then you said the neighbor's one is only 10 inch?
It is, yeah, yep. That's kind of the
But
limiting
it's kind of,
factor.
it's kind of a small pipe, but again, it has to be kept clean, that's all.
I think your neighbor got 12 feet across.
I think the neighbor's pipe is bigger. I think the neighbor's pipe is bigger, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's not 10. I think it's at least
Yeah,
12.
Sherman measured when they were out there,
Yeah.
surveyed
Yeah.
to get all, we did all the survey work that we did. We'll double check it, if it's
Yeah.
12, we'll put 12 in.
Yeah, just match what's there. Just match what's there. Okay, any other comments from you guys?
For me, it's good like that.
We're glad to have a plan.
Good, good, good.
Let's see, what else?
When are you gonna start construction, Mike?
As soon as I can get a contractor out there, it's been drying off a little bit.
It's getting better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna speak with the neighbor who owns
So
the
it's,
landscaper.
it's grass lined, are we letting native veg grow into that?
Yes.
That's what was out there.
Okay,
Yeah, it'll just replicate what was out there, and that was part of the
periodically
order.
have to be Clean,
yeah,
weed whack, whatever.
yeah, so do we have a management plan for that?
It says all erosion control measures are to be maintained and upgraded as required to achieve proper sediment control during construction. Well, that was during construction.
Like, I think woody veg should be probably eliminated, but I think herbaceous stuff growing in there is not a problem.
We brush hog the solar field 2 to 3 times a year,
Okay,
and I can just, and
That's plenty.
Just direct the guys to take care of that, Mike. That would be fine.
they'll clean up along the edges of the road, and they can do that, and they can go through with the weed whacker.
Well, so I moved.
so let's see, do we put anything in the final orders for this, or what? We have an enforcement order, right?
That's right.
So
And we directed Mike to produce a plan to mitigate the problem and replicate the existing or the old situation, which is done.
Right.
So I suggest we approve this subject to a continuing maintenance
Maintenance.
schedule.
As needed.
As deemed fit by the commission. Make sense?
I think it's that way if I ignore it for 5 years.
Yeah. Old Manny's probably gonna go out there with the weed whacker himself, but.
Which we won't be doing, we're saying
Yeah,
worst case
I
scenario.
know. Okay,
How
so,
long they take for the approved?
well, we're gonna hopefully approve it in about 2 minutes. Shouldn't take too long. So everyone okay with this?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's good, and I don't think they're gonna wanna have to fix it, so I'm guessing they put in
So,
the time to make it so
I'll
it's gonna
second.
last. Did
Okay.
someone make a motion?
Yes, Bill did.
Oh,
But again, it's subject to ongoing maintenance. That's
Yes.
very important, and that's noted for the record. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Very good, Mike, you're all set, my man. Thank you.
Would you like full size?
Yes, please. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we'll have both of these in the record. Thanks. Very good.
So we should have a file to put that in, right?
Yep.
At some point, we'll have to find that. Okay. Next on our list is Doug Macey. Are you here for building permit?
Come on up, Doug.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take Greg a little earlier.
Yeah. Where's the site?
128 School Street.
Okay.
Do we need to see any plans or anything?
Yeah, let me see what you have.
And more?
Yeah, that's fine. New home?
No, just in 2 additions, one off each
Okay.
side, one with a 10 by 20.
Oh, I see, okay.
All right, so
All right.
2 additions.
128 school.
What are the size of the the
One's
addition?
gonna be 17 by 24. The other will be 10 by 28, so it's just, the width of the house.
With full footings?
One has the full walkout basement like it has, it's just
Okay,
continuing.
with the 17 by 24
Correct, yeah.
walkout basement?
The other one is just a 4-foot frost wall crawl space.
So looking at this map, which side are you adding it to?
Both sides.
It's just it's at a weird angle from the way I'm looking at it.
The way you're looking at it, left and right, like the diagonal.
Okay.
Which
so
house
kind of
is
like
it?
It's the one she has.
right up and left down?
If you, yeah, go down.
Because it's in
and
a
slope.
diamond shape right now, so I'm like,
We'll go to the left. And that,
So
like,
southwest
left
and
Do you
diagonal.
have
northeast.
your,
Yeah.
your
Right, southwest,
cursor?
northeast.
Oh,
I do, it's
So you're
just really
looking
hard
at
to
the
see
house like-
This side?
Like this. It's going off both sides. The house
Yeah.
is like that. So it's going off left and right.
it. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure for my visual up there. Is this
Okay.
cursor the right?
Yes.
Okay, great,
The
okay.
septic is in the back and the well's in the front, so
Okay.
it couldn't go off those sides.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're not going beyond the encompassing road, the little loop?
Yeah, that's my direct, no. It's gonna
Okay,
be
all right,
right
so you're gonna be
against the
right
driveway.
within there, okay. I don't see any issues.
No,
Just for
because,
drill, how far is it to that wetland, Amanda, if you could scale it out? please? Yeah, the swamp in the back. It's about 75 feet?
Probably more.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say.
she can scale that.
Probably 100 or so.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's,
yeah, that's
it's
fine.
over,
no
it looks like
problem.
it's over 100,
Yeah,
but
that's
obviously
fine,
this
that's
is
fine,
not
that's fine.
100% accurate.
Okay, so let me find your building permit that we have to do.
So I'll make the motion to approve the two additions. They're on already, what is it called? Disturbed soil,
Degraded area.
degraded areas
128.
within
school.
driveways.
Yeah. Stay within maintain lawn and dirt driveway.
Yeah, you said I had some good timing. I literally went there today.
Oh, good, no, that's
Yeah.
good, that's very good. Okay,
Sometimes
so,
there's 3 weeks in between
That's what he
meetings.
said,
so,
and
yeah.
they're starting hopefully the 10th, so.
so put 2 additions each end of house. Okay, very good. So, did we second this?
Nobody has seconded. I made a motion.
Oh, I second.
All right.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, very good. Approved.
Do you need any of this stuff?
No, I think we're good. Thank you so much, Lou, for coming in.
No problem. All right.
There you go.
All right, all the best, thank you. Okay, any other building permits?
Let's see, what's next on here?
33.
Oh, it's 33 after?
Yep.
Okay. Well, why don't we, let's,
do
okay,
next?
now we're gonna go with our regular schedule. At 7:30, we have an RDA continued, DCR, Department of Conservation and Recreation, a project reference to the Wetland Protection Act with regard to a property located on Green Meadow Lane in Granby. Anyone for that project? And my comment is, we're supposed to have contacted them, but I see none of us.
Well, I was going to, and then I was
Yeah, we
away.
haven't had time, we haven't had time
I
to
had
do
a
that.
surprise training.
Yeah, that's fine.
So-
So we'll continue this once
Continue.
again. Okay, next one, RDA filed by the Town of Granby Select Board, Wetlands Protection Act, Forge Pond, map 14, lot 6B in the Town of Granby. Come on up, Dave. Dave Leonard, engineer working on behalf of the town. Good to see you, Dave. Have a seat.
This is,
Sun has come up again.
That's what I hear.
I know.
The dew point's 71, so it's pretty moist out.
Okay,
all right, so you are Dave.
Leonard, L-E-N-A.
Have you signed in?
Excuse me?
Have
No,
you
I didn't
signed?
sign it.
All right.
I'll sign it. The,
Dave?
back a few years ago, the town of Granby was issued an order by the Office of Dam Safety to do repairs to the Forge Pond Dam and the dike, mainly because it was rated in poor condition because of a number of issues. And one of the issues was the trees and vegetation that's kind of choking off the whole area completely, and all the trees are, the root systems are migrating into the soil and damaging some of the concrete. And plus, if they do blow over, they're going to take over a big hunk of soil and it might jeopardize the safety of the dam. The town, as a first phase of things, has decided to do the clearing of the trees around the spillway and the dike, And essentially, the Office of Dam Safety has guidelines requiring that vegetation be kept back 20 feet from any part of the structure, in a basically, some pattern around it to keep the roots and vegetation from encroaching, and also to be able to make it easier to inspect the dam and make sure that the dam is in whatever condition it can be. The town, I guess, appropriated the money, and I guess they're ready to do it. And on behalf of the town, I did file this RDA, which is.
Do we have that? That's a good question. I have not seen it.
You haven't seen it? No, Kathy said she was gonna send it over, when I filed it with her.
It should be. Dave, a couple of questions. Is any of the work going to be in the waterway itself?
There's some,
Nope, that's Orchard Golf Course.
some of the trees are actually growing in the spillway, in the channel of the stream. And not very large trees,
Lots of paperwork.
but the pictures that are in here are from a pre.
That's the 2018 inspection?
Yeah, so that you can see where, a little bit more as opposed to being obstructed by the vegetation. But they will have to get in to cut the trees. Now, they're only going to be removing the trees, and the stumps are going to stay for now.
407.
To the next phase at some point when there may be repairs to the dam. There will there's some.
So a tree like this, you're going to take something like that down?
Yeah, there's 6 to
So
8
we
inch
do
trees.
not have that idea.
I can give you my copy if you want. Because I'm surprised it wasn't simple. Kathy said she'd send it over.
Here's a question, Dave. So you're going to cut the above grade section of the tree. What are you going to do with the root system?
That'll be left for the time being. And at
This
some
is
point,
it.
when there's a scope of a repair,
Maybe this-
I
Here it
guess,
is.
developed,
Oh, you do have it? Oh,
there'll be a
okay.
decision as to what degree of grubbing and stump removal will take place. It's not necessary to take all of them out if they're not causing an issue, but the ones that are close to the concrete and that. But right now, the idea is to get the trees cleared so that there's a.
I was worried about the house there, and that wall that's tires and
that's-
trees are holding it.
There is a tree holding that wall together, or the wall is holding the tree together. I'm not sure, but
Right.
unfortunately, the superintendent of the highway was supposed to be here too, and I'm not sure what the plan is and how they were going to approach that particular tree.
Okay.
And there's a number of trees right on the edge of the bank there as well.
Yeah.
But that wall is another issue that would be a structural issue that would be taken care of with a plan for improvements.
Yep.
But right now, the idea is to get rid of the trees, and of course, that tree being there and having the leverage on that wall. I mean,
That could be worse.
it could be worse, and that's pretty darn close to the house.
Yeah.
I'd be a little worried about that.
Oh, this is water chestnut. This is different.
Oh,
This
all
is-
right.
That's water chestnut project.
Okay, so we don't have that RDA.
Did she send it electronically?
Well, she said she was going to, and I left multiple copies at the administrator's office,
Okay,
so I can leave that copy. if you want.
okay, okay.
So the plan is, and I don't know the schedule without Mr. DeFroshers being here to let me know what the contractors. They have apparently bids they took, and they have a contract awarded or will be awarded to, I think it was Northern Tree, to come in to do the removal. And the specifics of the scope of work, Dave would have a handle on, and again to him being here a little bit.
You know, not to be the bad guy, but if we approve the RDA, there'll be no conditions attached to it. So Northern can kind of go in there willy-nilly and rip the place apart. But if we have them, and I talked to DEP about this, if we have them do an NOI, which shouldn't be that big of a deal, at least we can put technical requirements for the tree removal work, Dave.
Well, I've had a number of RDA, I mean, basically the
Yeah.
RDA's been accepted by the state to do this
Yeah,
type of work.
yeah.
And they've allowed conditions attached to the RDA to put out either.
Now, last time we talked about it, it'd be done in the winter when the ground's frozen? Is that your plan?
Well, I don't know what the schedule is. It's my understanding they
Yeah.
might even be ready to be doing it like this month or June or July.
I would suggest we go out there, or you guys go out there and take a look at this with Dave.
I've been out there a couple
I
times.
have to.
You have been out there?
I've been out there several
All right.
times, yeah.
Do you know exactly did you mark your trees, Dave?
I marked the trees at one point with paint and ribbon. The plan that's in there shows a perimeter around the various structures. There are some large trees on the channel going out of the dike and along the spillway, so those will have to be removed as well.
But did you come up with a game plan how they're gonna actually remove the trees and get in there?
That's where Dave would have been
Yeah,
assisting.
yeah.
I was hoping.
Because there was some confusion about, like, the guy next door, how you were gonna get in there to get the trees, and he just had his septic repaired.
I know Northern has got some pretty darn impressive equipment with.
Oh, yes. Well, I know
bucket
that. Oh,
loaders and
yes.
cherry
Oh, yes.
pickers and-
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I see them up 100 feet high and
Yeah.
100 feet out from the rig, cutting
Yeah.
and trees and that. I mean, there's no way that they can drive in there. They're gonna
No.
have to do it from, standoff
Like a crane,
locations.
yeah.
Yeah.
I suggest that we continue this till next time and bring DeRocher and talk to Dave. And in the meantime, maybe we can go out there again as a group and maybe look at
All
this.
right, and we wanna craft some things to attach to this?
Well, let's see what's involved. It might not be, again, I have no clue exactly what's gonna happen.
Is it gonna be, if they disturb it, is there anything in there about them seeding it or anything?
It says any disturbed areas would be basically graded and
Yeah,
seeded and
yeah,
protected with an erosion mat of some sort
Yeah,
until the grass takes
Stabilizes.
Okay.
the area. So there is a provision for the disturbance. And again, to the, I mean,
Could I s-
and there probably will be some,
Cause you've been to
tracks
trainings on
that,
this, right? No?
Yeah, I've been to
having it
all kinds
raked
of
out and
things.
then put down some grass seed and some of that maybe straw mat or fiber mat of some sort till the grass goes up.
My thought is we've waited 10 years to do this. I think if we wait another couple of weeks, it wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, maybe we can get out there for a site visit somehow.
Yeah. Dave, could you maybe freshly mark the trees you want to cut with bright ribbon?
Well,
So that they're,
I'm gonna have to probably talk to Dave and see what he had marked for.
Okay.
North to be doing, so
Okay,
that,
okay.
We at least coordinate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things.
If there's any way we can go out with him some evening?
yeah, we go out with DeRocher. Well, I'd go out during the day sometime. I could
Yeah.
take time off from my
I can be out
schedule.
there as well and, be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
attend
Yeah.
the meeting, but,
If we can get out there before the next meeting, it would be great.
The only concern I have is I got a phone call from DEP and they're thinking they want you to do an NOI and I want to try to come up with a counter argument why you don't need an NOI.
Well, I would say precedent is a major thing because I've done some major clearing projects on a lot of dams in Massachusetts. Mark Stinson has been directly involved with it and he backed off from NOIs to an RDA in every one of the cases.
All right, well, let's go.
You wanted an NOI for the tree removal?
Well, he's concerned that it's in the river channel, that's the problem. If it's not in the river channel, I think we could do it, but if anything's physically in the channel, yeah, in the channel.
Well,
then-
right out when the water comes off of the spillway and there's a rock outcrop, there's some birch trees, I think,
Yeah,
growing in that
yeah.
area, but, they're not huge, they're.
Is the rock outcropping, like essential to the function of the dam?
It's
Like, is it-
It's right in the flow path of the water coming out of the,
Well, I mean, I guess my concern is if the trees continue to grow, obviously, and like push the rock apart, will that impede the integrity of the dam's function?
yes.
well, it could block the spillway if, there's any debris.
Okay. Just because I've heard that the fish use it to jump the dam. So they were talking about how the brook trout use it to like climb up over. It's like a
Not in
fish
that
lift.
pond.
Like a natural fish lift.
Ponds
You
only,
have them jumping out of the pond
right,
before they
yeah.
jump in.
The water in that
Well,
pond
they
gets
go
mighty
upstream.
hot.
That's where they go to spawn, so it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So if the
it-
trees were providing habitat, and I could see how that could be an argument.
I guess it might be questionable as to whether they're beneficial for any migration of fish there.
Yeah.
Maybe an eel to be able to slither up the rock in the process, but.
Yeah, but if it is causing issues for the dam and will cause it to,
You know, it is a safety
Fail.
issue, and that's why the issue, you
Yeah.
know, the order and the threat of a fine, if no action has been taken, but it's been issued by the state.
I'd like to physically see all the trees that are proposed to be taken out. That's my thought. So Dave, are you kind of flexible schedule-wise?
Yeah, I can,
Okay.
basically, if you let me know when you're gonna do it, if you can let me know a couple of days ahead of time, I
Okay,
can.
maybe like a Saturday morning, can you break away for an hour or
This next Saturday
two?
morning?
Well, or the
Yeah,
following?
it could, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have the car show, but if we do it early enough, I can do that.
okay.
wait, when did you say, this Saturday?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be away. I'm going to South Carolina for a week.
Okay.
Oh, for work?
No,
Oh.
for a family vacation.
Oh, good for you, good for
Yeah.
you.
But I might have work on Saturday before I go. I might have to
Okay.
catch a plane instead of
Well,
driving.
whatever schedule you have, I'll be glad to.
All right, well, I'll be in contact with you, Dave, via email. That'd be good. Hey, thanks for coming in. We'll continue
Thank you.
this then. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Good, good, we'll get that done. Okay. Next, RDA file by Tomasz Lukevich, boundaries depicted on a plan, 6 Pine Brook Circle, 10B, 827 Town of Granby. I was told by Kathy that Mr. Lukevich was supposed to submit some data, and apparently no data has been submitted. So I think we're going to continue that one. Kevin, are you working for him? Right.
He has something here.
Lukevich, well, let's just take a quick peek.
No, that's his.
That's
No,
your
this is
project?
Kevin's.
Okay.
And then we have the COC.
Okay, so this is a new NOI, Dennis and Evelyn Laflamme, 650 square foot addition to existing dwelling, 499 East State, map 14, CA 22.2, Town of Granby. Okay.
Grab a second
Hi,
seat.
hi, how are you?
Grab a second seat.
This is Dennis LaFleur.
Oh, that's the house, that's the house, oh, yes, oh,
I
yes.
stood before you 3 years ago to do this, and we did all the work.
Really?
And I sidelined it. I don't expect you to remember
The
that.
red barn.
Yes.
I know which, yeah, I know that house, I've been in that
We'll go
house,
past,
of course.
Turkey Hill Road.
Beautiful house.
Oh,
Instead of taking a left for the monastery, it's the next house.
Right,
Okay,
right,
yes,
right.
all right. Oh, no,
That's the one that had the fire years ago.
Wendell,
Wendell,
Yeah.
Dennis.
Hi, Amanda.
Good to see you again, good to see you.
Yeah, it had
Very
that
good.
very organic roof material.
Yeah, it did, yeah, which is now not a problem, but it was during that period of time.
And apparently,
It's usually one copy only, so.
Yeah, okay. Now, just a quick preface, I've now received 2 emails from Mr. Stinson
That's
about this. So you got bordering land subject to
because
flooding.
that has riverine
Yeah.
flow through there.
But it's in the floodplain, so I guess we gotta
Ask
deal
him
with
there,
that.
because he's been hired, he's surveying this Friday, sending in his elevation stuff, so it goes emailed to Mark, and he's gonna follow from there. Hopefully, we have this file number for the next meeting.
Okay, are you going for a elevation certificate
Yes.
exemption? You are
Yes.
going for an
Well, I don't
exemption?
even think it's an exemption needed unless there is, but
well, apparently the way the rules are set up, if you're above the floodplain, which the original house was, in the basement, correct me if I'm wrong, the furnace is up about this high, so that it's above the floodplain.
So is the 702 square foot addition gonna be in the floodplain or above it?
Well, it'll be above it.
Or are you gonna put trap doors in the foundation?
Well, I don't know about that, we'll see.
we're putting a tremendous amount of that very coarse rock under the footing and foundation. The whole thing too, under the pad, under the
But
footing.
we need comp storage.
Well, that's what the survey is gonna
that's-
find out.
See, that's if we
Where
have
is this
elevation.
property? I can't
This
find
is,
it.
go to,
The corner of
It's
202 and
corner.
10.
go to 202 in school, Amanda.
Okay. When I typed it in, it wasn't coming up.
Right there.
Just past the
Okay.
That's it, right there. Thank you.
That's where we're gonna put the roundabout.
Oh, 499. I put
I'll
449.
put it on record.
We don't know.
You don't
It's
know?
still in the process.
Everybody hated them now that I've traveled
No, no,
around
no.
Canada and the United States, they work.
DOT is
They do.
committed, they've committed to do that. Hopefully, they won't be taking any of your property. I
No,
don't think
no,
they
it's
will.
miles from me.
Yeah, I think you're okay. They're gonna take some of
Is there an
Partika's.
oxbow there?
No,
sorry?
No.
What's that, a secondary blue line right there?
That's the guy dug out, the man originally, 1982, dug out a little canal there, but they don't meet.
Oh, all right,
This is what you're talking about.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's some land between it.
okay,
There's a little chunk of disconnect.
okay.
So we're proposing is put addition here, and then one onto the garage.
And you're looking at,
And it's gonna be high enough. If you make it high enough, then you don't have to have town storage.
Okay.
Yeah, who's your,
Are we within the 200-foot riverfront?
It's not riverfront. It's pond.
yeah, it's 100 feet.
You drop something in there and it has riverine characteristics and it falls in the
No, no.
river.
well, let's
It's pond.
let's look
Okay,
again.
well, that's something we have to review.
Yeah, all right.
See this? Have you looked at this? Does that look like a river to you? Here?
It has riverine characteristics for that first part.
This is what has riverine characteristics. Once you get to the bridge, it spreads out and becomes Forge Pond.
It still flows through there. If you drop a stick in there, it will travel.
Boy, I think we've had this
Okay,
argument
okay.
before.
Give me a break.
That first part, I think that first distance there, it doesn't turn pond-like for a ways, I don't think.
But we can discuss
We
that
can
at a later
discuss
date.
that.
This is the bridge.
Yes,
What's this?
river,
Baloney.
Okay.
It's a pond.
I can't say anything because I don't even know
No.
what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, let me look on my maps. All right, anyways, the bottom line is we
Yeah.
can't do anything until the surveyor gives us elevation data.
Right.
This we know, but I wanted to come and introduce myself.
Oh, no, I
again.
appreciate that. Good to see you. Very good to see you.
So you're telling me that as water flows over the dam, that's a riverfront? You know what I'm gonna say to you?
when it goes over the dam at
Yeah.
Forge Pond,
Yeah,
that starts river again.
once it hits the bottom.
Okay, but Kevin,
Don't-
eventually it turns into a pond. There's a brook-like before it turns into pond. You have to determine where the pond starts and where the brook ends.
The brook ends at the bridge.
All right, let's
202 bridge.
settle down, gang. Let's settle down,
All right,
folks.
well, that all has to be determined.
I just wanted to say hi.
Well, it's a discussion, and I've dealt with this in various situations.
Well, it's still outside 100, the first 100 feet
Okay.
is out of it anyway, so it's.
Do we
it's a
have
moot
any
point.
distances on
Oh,
here?
yeah.
This is
And they were
100.
confirmed by Bill the last time I was sitting here.
Okay,
And by the way, it's
Okay.
Richard Cook. I found this guy right here. Where is it? Luke Cook? I found him, and he is the surveyor this Friday who's finishing this.
okay, all right, okay.
He was a kid when he did it last, and now I think he's one of us.
Where's the nearest benchmark that he has to traverse from?
Well, he's gonna have to shoot some elevations. There is an
Benchmark,
RM up here.
okay.
Yeah, he told me
It's too
about it
far
today.
Too far away.
And for what it's, windy is it?
Wenda,
Windy, I'm sorry.
because I've surveyed for a couple of those.
Yeah,
with,
it's way
Clough
up.
Harbor.
It's
We went
long.
miles. We had to,
For what it's worth, I
Yes.
did find all the old elevations,
yeah.
and they're all within the proper.
This house was built before 96, right?
But thanks for hanging.
92.
Okay,
Yeah, this house was built in 1992.
So that's before the riverfront.
Before the river act came in.
okay.
And then because of the fire,
There's your own marijuana up there, I found out.
That's right, that's what
they
I've heard. That was the
rebuilt
rumor.
it.
That's right.
Not Dennis,
Yeah,
but the prior owner
I've been here
rebuilt
5
it
years, just so we're clear.
just in 1995. So
okay. All right.
there's two instances that,
I just have to do my job too.
You know, the interesting thing is, you could probably make an argument for the 10% rule, but again, what's the footprint of the addition? How many square feet?
680-ish plus a garage, which is way far, that's on the other side.
Oh, there's another one?
I think even if it were
There's two
riverfront, it would be
here?
exempt.
Here's the
because
27 by 26.
You're way less than
edition.
10%.
But this, I only have a one-car garage.
Okay.
So this has nothing to do with this meeting. My wife said, you want the addition, I get to park my car inside.
Okay.
Anyway, so I guess we're
Yep.
requesting
Oh,
that
yeah.
to
And the
continue.
last time I came here,
So that's still within 200 feet, the garage. But that's probably disturbed area, right? Where the garage is?
It is.
Okay.
boy, my.
If you look in your folder, the
We
garage
don't,
is going right here,
okay.
and the house is going, or the
Addition.
addition house is on the other side.
Okay.
So I mean, that's a fairly decent picture.
Yeah, oh
So you
yeah.
can see it's-
I have an awesome picture of the car of the finished product, if you would see it, just go get it. I didn't think that counted.
How many feet do you
Unless
have?
you want me to go get it.
I mean, these are just,
Yeah.
I don't trust these lines.
No.
I just wanted to see what it, you know,
What's
more or
it
less
saying?
said. To the house itself, it says 145.
Okay.
To the backyard
It had
area.
Not to scale, did you see that? Not to scale on
Yeah.
all those things?
Oh, yeah.
No, she's on.
Well, I was reading your
she's doing
numbers.
distances on the
Oh,
aerial
Yeah,
photo.
I was just, but
On the aerial
again,
photo,
Oh,
see,
sorry.
she's put a little blue line.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
What did you come up with?
Well, I don't trust these lines. I just wanted to see what it was estimating based on, you know.
Like
And again, it's in the 100 to 150 range. So 120 plus or minus seems pretty accurate to me.
Okay, so, and you said it was built in
It
92.
was before 96.
Yeah. So it's, it's pre,
So are you saying just off the record, if I built it 10 years ago, all the rules are different? Is that what you're saying?
pretty much.
Here it is right here. The area under consideration for practical alternatives is limited to the lot, the subdivided lots, and any adjacent lots formerly or presently owned by the same owner for item 3. Expansion of any existing structure, including enlargement of the footprint of any structure or addition of associated structures for single-family homes for lots recorded after August 1st, 1996. See?
Yeah.
So you're before
You're
96.
before 96.
Yeah, so it's not even an
For
issue.
both of them,
Not even an issue.
Addition.
Yeah, the fire's 95, I don't think.
The fellow who built it was concerned about the riverfront. And that's why he put that furnace up high. You go on the bay, it's strange looking. It's up at this height, you go, oh, okay.
Yes and no, it's not exactly like that. It's 8 inches off the ground and it's a regular cellar like all of us have.
Yeah, here it is here. No significant adverse impact. Within 200-foot riverfront, so say Wen is right and it's riverfront. Within 200-foot riverfront area, the issuing authority may allow the alteration of up to 5,000 square feet or 10% of the riverfront area within the lot, whichever is greater, on a lot recorded on or before October 6, 1997. There you go.
So it does have a stipulation about the
Yes,
percentage,
it
okay.
allows
A certain
the guys
percentage.
that built before.
That's the 10% rule.
Yeah.
And we did the same thing. Remember that guy on Harris Street? He owned a nightclub or
Yes,
something in
yes.
Chicopee a few years ago.
Yeah,
Same
Stetson,
thing.
Stetson,
Stetson, same exact project. Remember that project? And we got into this 10% stuff, that's exactly it.
Are those federal laws, state laws?
These are state laws. These are state laws.
6.
So I think we're golden here.
Yeah,
Or in the elevation.
between the two additions is 966 feet between the two of them.
Yeah, so you're fine.
What is, for my own benefit, let's say that Mark does give a file number, is that the proper terminology? For the
Yeah.
elevation? And then it's the next meeting here. Then what, we wait 10 days, I'm told, or something?
Well, they have to issue an order of conditions.
I don't even know what that means.
We tell you you can build it, but you have to
Follow this.
put up like a silt fence
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
and
4, 5.
reseed it.
Well, that
and-
means the conditions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after 2 growing seasons or whatever, or once the project's done, you want to come back and get a COC if you ever want to sell your house instead of 12 years later.
Oh, really?
14.
14.
What's the acronym mean?
Certificate of completion. Oh,
I come back to a
compliance
meeting, just
completion.
get done.
Come back to us.
Really?
See, they issued it, and what happens is once you get your order of conditions, it goes on your deed.
Yeah, what had happened is if I sold the house at the closing date, it would all stall.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what this person's
That's
running
what this
into.
is.
Yeah.
That's what's
But
happening.
as soon as it's stabilized, you can come get your order of completion.
No, I
Or
wouldn't know that.
compliance.
unless you said it.
Yeah.
And I'm-
Or 3 years when the permit
I
ends.
diligently
Yeah.
put this in the computer, so
Yeah.
one step at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so put a mental note, sticky note, get a COC.
It'll be taken care of tonight. I'm too organized, it's like, it's a blessing and a curse, because the Google thing goes off 7 times a day.
All right,
Alright, so,
So we're gonna get an elevation certificate.
okay.
That's what we're-
Yeah, let's deal with that. Let's
Yeah,
deal with that.
because, was it on the way to like, when you go to Randall's, there's that weird intersection
Amanda,
where you
can you
have
do the
one
overlay
stop
for
sign
the,
and not where
The
the,
floodplain
Ruby
overlay.
Street?
I
in
tried, it
Mass
wasn't
General,
working.
wasn't
it's
working.
in Ludlow.
Oh,
There's
No,
a
I can't even
freeway.
get contour lines
And
to
coming
that.
down the hill from
All I can do is
Randall's,
30
there's a stop
or-
sign.
yeah.
And then there's
3
a
meters,
stop
that's
sign
the-
coming in
the
here,
best
but
I
this
can
way
do.
doesn't. It's right where the sheep and the big farm is.
see, that's-
Well, that next house needed one of these
Oh, yeah.
to not pay insurance,
I remember.
flood insurance. But I had to do that for Clough Harbor 30 years ago. We ran it all the way from where the fire station was, or somewhere. We ran it for like 5 miles
it's funny you say
to
that.
carry the elevation.
Yeah.
I've been working with one bank for 50 years, People Savings Bank, so I went in, and it's first name, I'll make a long story short, I wanna borrow money.
Yeah.
Yeah, she all said, 10 seconds, but treating me evenly with all the rest of the public, because it's the rules. And then I get a call from, hey, you didn't tell me you were in the wetlands area, you must have, FEMA, was it flood insurance?
Yeah.
At some fee per year, whether you like it or not.
Well, it's because are they gonna sell the loan on the open market? If they're gonna keep the loan in-house, they probably wouldn't care. But if they're gonna sell the
We're
loan,
supposed to do.
Yeah.
which they do. Would you talk to Senecal? You talk to Tom Senecal?
No, I know Tom, no, I
Yeah.
did not. I talked to John Patterson.
Yeah.
But I'll check that. It turns out that I'm getting a line of credit instead of a 30-year loan, because it's only 1.8%. And if I get to pay it off early, I don't have to go through all the whatevers.
Right.
Yeah, because I guess after a year or something, it changes.
It goes to 6. But I went for too much money in case, and you always protect yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're on a tangent.
All right.
You know, Kev, looking at the topo map, I'm inclined to say anything above 202 is part of the pond, and anything below 202 is part of that hill brook.
Turkey.
They call it, yeah, Turkey Hill Brook.
That's how it looks to me,
Yeah.
because I mean, it widens right out to,
What, is there like a dam under the
No.
roadway?
No, but it's,
There's a beaver thing,
yeah, maybe it'd be.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
so.
it's undersized. It's an
Yeah.
undersized
So
culvert.
it's acting like a dam then?
Yeah.
It's acting like.
It actually, like a dam. I can tell you, there's almost 3 feet difference there, and the state guys are in with the roots
Really,
a lot,
really,
measuring.
really.
Yeah, they wanna replace that
Every
culvert.
now and then they take a little out,
Yeah.
because of the heights. 'cause
Oh, yeah.
It touches the road at some point.
I know,
It's
I've seen it.
stupid.
Yep.
We found that.
That's because it's undersized. It should be sized larger, yeah.
All right. So we're gonna continue this to next meeting.
Yep.
And I guess it keeps getting continued until Mark gives some,
Give us a final number.
right? It's-
Kev, show me where the addition's going. on
Yeah,
the
I would
map.
like to see that as well. Because I just looked through the history and it seems like it's
Okay.
gotten a lot better
This is
over the last few
garage.
years.
So you're gonna have a little addition
Yeah,
here.
that white
Okay.
roof comes towards you guys 10 feet,
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
and
away from the resource, so
right?
that's
And the
good.
other one,
It's over here.
no, same side as the garage. Now,
Yeah.
Yep, of course.
here's the 10 feet out from here to here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is out from here to here, 25 feet. Nothing, okay?
Closer.
It's towards the road.
Yep,
Did that make sense, or?
it does make sense.
So we're not getting any closer.
So,
And
so just, yeah, measure from there to there.
Okay.
By the way, though, 3 years ago, I came here twice in 3 years, you're here every 2
Right.
weeks.
Yeah,
You see
I know.
many people, but I stood here while you measured,
2:30.
and you said, that print's pretty accurate, it's within 10 feet. You were using a satellite.
And also there is this.
How far is that?
230,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
So even if that were. a
But do
river,
it from
you're
the
still
other
good.
corner that way.
You're still.
That's where you want to do it from,
Yeah,
this
this
corner right
corner.
here, because I am encroaching a few feet that way, but you want to
So
do
you're
it.
up, even if it were riverfront, you're still out of it.
Yeah. We're still outside the 100 feet.
Well, not from here. From here it says 175. But I would guess that if it was technically riverfront and it's flooded because of the pond, wouldn't the riverfront technically start farther in, or the bank be underwater essentially?
It's not. we
But
have
then you gotta go, then you gotta go to mean annual high water.
Yeah.
Sound like the ocean now.
Yeah. Again, it's pretty damn close to 200 feet. I think you got several bits of information working in your favor here.
Well,
Yeah.
steps, I believe in
Yeah.
steps.
Yeah, yes. Yep,
Yeah.
May I leave?
Sure.
yes.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
Go get supper.
Yeah.
Salad tonight.
So we gotta find out where that floodplain is then, let's see.
Well, if you look on the floodplain map,
Oh, actually, I do have them on
Yeah.
this. I actually have them right here.
there's no question that it's on the north side of 202.
Yeah, hold on, I do actually have them.
Encompasses that whole area. And it's an A3 zone.
Yeah, hold on.
I do have a great question for you guys, but it has nothing to do with my house.
What is it?
I commute from California.
Oh.
Sick mom. So
Yep.
it's every 2 months, I'm here 2 months, I go back.
Gotcha.
So I'm out of the loop with neighbors and all this.
Oh, yes.
So my neighbor, who mows my grass and is also an electrician, was mowing my grass a couple weeks ago. He said, Dennis, do you mind, with a bunch of us, we wrote checks for $500, they're gonna drain that pond. And I said, what are you talking about? There's a committee and
Yeah.
it meets and.
That's what that guy was.
Well,
Yeah.
now I'm catching up and I'm trying to ask you guys, does this even make sense? We're off the record. Does it make sense to drain this beautiful pond with the environment? Or is it all about money and a dam? That's what I heard.
Well-
It's double-sided.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, everything is, but.
yeah,
how Washington
ecologically,
get $4 million and fix the dam.
ecologically it is
That was our
better.
recommendation, petition Eric Lesser, Senator Lesser, and have him find some money in the State House.
That would be the first thing that I do.
Of course.
Plus, I'd file a lawsuit if I was the town,
Yeah,
just to stop the whole thing.
yeah.
So it's true. that
From
we
a
talked about-
scientific perspective, like a purely like
Science.
hard science and resilience front, it probably would be ecologically better in the long run. But in terms of all the other factors and like the recreation opportunities and giving people like the things that they enjoy, because why do they care about the environment if they can't use it? You know what I mean? So like having those opportunities are really important as well.
There's so many.
Yes, so it would cause a temporary issue when you actually do the act, but it would recover quickly and it would be long-term resilient, better,
Do you
ecologically.
go to the movies?
Do I go to
Ever go to
movies?
the movies?
Sometimes, yes.
Number one movie I've seen in 66 years was last night. And it ties right into what you're saying, true story. A farm, something in California, escaping me.
Okay.
True story about a farm, about land, about life, about death.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
downstairs and see if I
And
can.
we were
find
weeping,
this
my wife and I, at the
phone.
end.
Oh,
Go see this movie.
Yeah.
It ties into environment like you can't imagine.
yeah.
See, one of the issues with breaching dams is they are trying to get fish to come back and breed.
165,
Well, guess what's between School Street and the river?
this is 2000.
Other dams. No, I know.
One that the state owns.
Yes, but it's more a matter of the current purpose it serves. So in Granby, it is important for all the people who live along it because their wells are shallow wells. So they need, if that water goes down, that is going to severely impact them. So that is like a
I think
big,
it's worse than severe where there's no water.
yes. Well, and it would mean we'd have to like get the water pumped in or have them drill new wells. Like it would be a huge change. So that's understandable.
Boy, this internet is terrible.
I know, I've been having some
Forget it.
issues.
Do you know why it's called Forge Pond?
I feel like I knew this. I read the book. No, I
Once
don't
upon
remember.
a time, it was called the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
And we didn't want the Brits to take over West Point.
Okay.
So they went out to all the little towns in Connecticut and here. Send us some chain. So all these little towns forged some chain. I don't know how much Granby sent, 10 feet or whatever. And that was for the chain that went across the Hudson River.
Oh, wow.
That's an amazing story.
Yep. And all these little towns contributed to it. I guess they had a detachable link that they put it back together.
Yeah.
And it kept the British ships from coming up and bombing West Point.
Oh,
It's got a history lesson.
fun fact.
This is storytelling time at the Granby Conservation Commission, folks.
Sleep over here.
For all you folks at home.
Well, unfortunately, the internet doesn't want to cooperate here, so.
One way or the other, thank you for now, and I'm gonna.
Okay, Dennis, good to see you, and we'll work with you on this. Thanks for coming in. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, Dennis.
There's a tiny chance that Kevin's here without me in 2 weeks. Is that a problem, Bill?
No, it's not a problem.
No? Okay. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Take
Nice
it
to meet
easy.
you.
All right. You know, I just dug these out of the back of the car. I'm cleaning my car out. Stream crossing best management practices, Army Corps of Engineers. It's all right here. I should probably actually leave this. We should leave this, maybe, do you have a chip clip? Do you have a clip for that? One of those
Maybe.
metal clip things. It'd be nice to actually leave it there, and we could use that at the appropriate time.
So the last item on your agenda is the certificate of compliance,
Oh, what's their name?
Mays,
M-A?
E-S.
M-A-E-S. Okay, so I guess, do you have the order of conditions? Or Wenda went down to pull it, I
I
think.
have a copy.
Yeah.
The order of
Oh, do you
conditions
do you have
for
that?
For this one right
Oh, you
here.
don't have a,
the.
oh, that's too small. That's okay, yeah.
That's what's being used on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see if you could just put that on there. Because Kev, we're gonna have to review what was supposed to have been done in 2006.
The order's pretty silent.
Well, let's take a look. What kind of project was it?
Build the house.
Let's take a look.
This was Mr. Olet on the land.
Pepe?
So this is Amber Street.
Okay.
This is the parcel. House, septic.
Well, hold on, where is this in the great scheme of things?
It is, the address is what, 258?
258 Amherst.
Yeah. If you come out, Aldrich Street and take a left when you hit Amherst, it's the second house on the left.
Oh, okay. So that was Pepe Orlet's property, okay.
Yeah. Now, the order you're looking for.
High water table.
Well, it's right behind it.
I see that. So the leach field's in the front, the well's in the back.
Here's the order. And let's see,
It should be pretty, like you say, it should only,
there's no special conditions.
let's take a look. Did you find it?
Found it, Mays.
Oh, you did, okay, so let's
We
make,
have a
System
plan.
works.
let's make sure they're both the same.
I have pictures of silk fence.
165 dash
Any special
255.
conditions?
255.
I wonder if that silt fence is still
There's
in
no
there.
special conditions.
You know how most people don't ever take it out, they just kind of leave it there?
Septic system design.
Yeah,
Oh, and
this
you
one of your
actually,
projects?
it was actually filed at the Registry of Deeds.
yeah,
Oh.
and guess who filed it?
You,
Yeah.
about that. Hey, here's a question for you. Say they never filed it at the Registry of Deeds.
Yeah.
What do you think would have happened?
Nothing.
They would
It
have
never
sold
would have come back up.
Yep, see,
We
see,
never would have served.
That's why
Many
most towns
farms-
require proof that it was
Many
filed
spring
before they're
farm
allowed
Alright.
to even install their erosion
all right,
controls.
Kevin, let me ask you this question, and again, we're not gonna incriminate anyone on this. What percentage of projects with NOIs never get filed at the Registry of Deeds?
For the town of Granby?
No,
or-
no, I just say, let me just say,
This is the movie, sorry.
Oh, awesome,
The
thank
Biggest
you.
Little Farm, Amherst.
I will look that up, thank you.
Very cool.
good to see you, Dennis. Let me not restrict it to the town of Granby. Let's say within 10 mile radius of where we are.
Some towns are pretty anal about it. I.e. Amherst is, Hadley is,
Northampton.
Northampton, South Hadley
So
is.
don't you think it would behoove us to also be anal about this?
That has not been the track record.
Notice of intent.
Okay, so
Yeah, I always-
some have fallen between the
I have
cracks.
not
You
found-
see what Kevin's saying, guys?
Things fall between the cracks.
Yeah.
So that means, I think what we're gonna have to do is,
Order of conditions.
well, we're supposed to be hiring some sort of person, part-time person. And that would be part of his or her job, to
Yeah.
actually take the money and drive up to Northampton
Well-
and have it filed.
What
Well,
other
that-
towns do is they make sure that they need a receipt from the
That's
registry of
right,
deeds.
that's right,
And
that's
see what
right.
happens when I file, and then I come back with a piece of paper from the registry and
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
Exactly,
here, Cal.
yeah, that's what they do in other towns.
Yeah.
And then, once that has been received, then the conservation says, okay, you can put your erosion controls in.
Yeah.
Let us know when they're in,
Yeah.
give us 48 hours, we'll come check them out, and then
Yeah.
we'll give you the go-ahead.
Well, maybe we should do that.
It wouldn't hurt,
I mean, you know,
especially for these controversial ones with the, like, if it's
So
an
we gotta go
NOI,
out,
it's a
and we
bigger
need to go out and
project.
do a site visit.
For this one? Did you find the order of conditions?
There's no order.
There's
No,
no-
and no special conditions.
She did pay the $200 though.
Yeah, there's
And
a-
notice, that's the enhanced fee. If you're
Yes, it
if
is.
you're out of your 3-year window,
That's right.
you get hit with 200.
Okay, so we need to schedule a site visit for this lady.
why don't you dial it up on the computer?
I am.
And you'll have your.
I'm watching the history of it right now.
To see.
But I think,
Oh, here, want me to restart?
I think
Let's go back to
dotting the i's
beginning.
and crossing the t's on these
97,
registry submittals is very
2001.
important.
Yeah, I agree.
2003,
And I always tried to be pretty
2004,
religious about it, but I don't know,
2005.
that's
2004
That's a
still.
pond?
It's a wetland.
in the back.
It looks like a pond. Or is it a pond? It looks like a wetland from my understanding.
This is,
Okay, so 2005.
Is this the
Yeah,
people
go
that?
back in
2006.
history.
Is
go
this
back in
on,
history.
No, that's what we've been doing.
Is this on
I just went
Amherst
through all of
Street?
it from 97.
You did?
you know where,
Where they wanted to put piano in the basement that's level with the water? Maybe?
no,
I have no idea.
they have a grand piano.
Okay, this one's blurry. 2008,
Um,
kind of blurry.
Yeah.
You know Capone?
2010, you can see some snow.
Capone?
Oh, yeah.
Snow.
Well, that's consistent with this.
Yep,
Capone's behind
It's consistent.
that, there.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
I remember this one.
No, I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't look like they're encroaching from what I can tell, but I do think it would be prudent to go just take a look and
Yep.
make sure that they're not
Yeah.
dumping into the wetland behind the house.
Yep.
I was impressed by it.
But
You know,
Is
From
the
the aerial, it
septic's in
looks
between
good.
like the two houses.
It's right in front of your.
Yeah.
But we gotta take better attention on these. And we
Yeah.
should never have allowed these people to go 12 or 14 years
14 years.
without getting this closed out.
All right.
You know, the other way to do it, you know, money talks, bring the enhanced fee up to $500. So you can either pay us $100 within 3 years or 500 after. Suit yourself.
All right, okay, so let's,
I thought 200 was
so
I think that's fine.
I'll keep
to
this
start
out
with.
because we need to look at this because that's
Yeah,
Kevin's stuff.
yeah, you guys should maybe do a site visit. Again, they paid the $200. I think we're obliged to go out there and look at it.
Yes.
Yep, I think it's due diligence
Yeah.
for
So,
us to do that.
do you know what time the car show starts?
10 o'clock.
See, he knows.
Good, all right,
You videotaping it?
You finished with that?
so,
Okay. Okay. Now, what's this check?
because that's for the,
That's
Oh, that
the,
is the $200 check.
yeah,
Oh,
so
it is
can
the
we,
check. So we'll give that to Kathy, she'll deposit the check then. Good, very good.
And I made it to the town, to Granby Conservation, because you put it in Hatchack, right?
yeah, go some, yeah.
Well, all right, well, that's gonna create a problem, but that's all right.
What's, okay.
Because we don't have our own account. It goes into the town coffers.
Oh,
But but then Kathy puts it in the proper account.
See, I have the same issue.
It's a lot of responsibility.
I have to get checks made to the town.
That's right, that's exactly right, yep,
I thought you guys had some
no. Well,
dispensation.
let it be,
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
there's a problem, we can amend it.
Yeah,
But,
it makes, these are always made out to Granby Conservation.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
Well,
yep, all right,
it's,
so we have a site visit for that one. What's the address?
258 Amherst.
258 Amherst. So you said you might be able to go Saturday morning early?
No, Saturday I can't. I'm either leaving at 3 AM to go to South Carolina,
Wow.
or
You're
I'm leaving
driving
the night
down?
before.
You're
My
dri-
family is. Or I have a project starting Saturday in Lawrence at 7 AM.
Wow.
So I have to leave my house at like 5.
Wow,
And then catch a plane from New Hampshire.
wow.
Still have to figure out if I need to book a flight. But
You're
hopefully
putting
I'll
out-
find out soon.
You're getting a lot of frequent flyer miles, I see.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time I have to pay for it, so.
But you could use your frequent flyer miles to,
Well, they often book my flights, so I don't get the frequent flyer miles.
oh, phooey.
Yeah.
So your
But when
next,
I book them.
your next meeting is what?
The 10th. I think, so, the next Tuesday. I was pretty confident.
They flew my daughter to Dallas for a one-day conference.
No, 9th, July 9th, not 10th.
Oh, yes, you're right. My calendar
All
doesn't have
right,
weekends.
so, Bill, can you go Saturday morning?
To Forge Pond,
No,
And-
258, or both.
Amherst, or
I can
both?
go to one because I've got a landscape person, I have to work with them Saturday morning. But I can break away like I did last week for a half an hour or so.
Yeah.
So I'll go to Forge Pond if you want.
Well, we gotta get the COC done.
You know what, I'll tell you what, I go to Atkins a couple of times a week. When I go to Atkins tomorrow, I'll drive by this place myself, if you don't mind, and just look.
When do you usually go? What time?
It depends.
Okay.
Probably gonna be, tomorrow's probably gonna be 1, 2, 3 o'clock, something like that.
Well, why don't you give me a call, because I will be around in the afternoon.
All right. And what's the
Because
address
we really
again?
should stick to the two people.
Oh, I realize, of course you should, of course you should. But again, it's just,
Better if they're together.
yeah,
The tree line is approximately maybe 30 feet from the house. It's not a very big backyard.
Oh, yeah, I know that. It slopes right down to that pond.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a pond. I thought it was a wetland.
Well, it's a wetland.
Pond, wetland, whatever you want to call it.
Marshy area.
Yeah, okay. And then we have Forge Pond. But we have to wait till they mark the trees and start.
So,
But
There's
maybe
hope
Dave
for
will
Forge
meet us
Pond?
out there.
probably not in our lifetime. Gonna take a
I
long
mean-
time.
It'll take some time and some planning, but I think they're pushing it along.
who's pushing it?
It's gonna,
The,
it's gonna
the
take a
group
million,
that's
it's gonna take a
working,
million,
yeah.
it's gonna take $1 million. They're gonna need $1 million.
Yeah, but they've got a good force together. I think they'll keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm still concerned about these order of conditions not getting recorded.
I hear you. And it's been a problem since I was on the commission before. And sometimes we would be proactive, depending on what the order was.
Yeah, I was talking to Dave Fowlis about that the other day, DEP, and Fowlis commended us for at least thinking about pushing these people to get them closed down after their 3-year window.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether or not we send them an email or some sort of mailing or something.
How do we keep track of that?
Well, that's the problem.
Well, we
need
would
the
have to go
database.
to, say it's 2009, we should go through, we would have to have the person we're hiring soon
You'll
go
do-
through
Oh, yes.
2017
Oh, yes.
and say,
Oh, yes.
what COCs do we
Oh,
not
yes.
have?
Oh,
Except
yes.
It's as simple as making a tickler file.
Yep, yep. Then you do it electronically now.
Yeah.
You do it electronically now with little,
Yeah,
And somebody's
triggers.
gotta look at it once a month and say, Johnny Jones is coming up.
it's not that hard, Kev. Now electronically, the thing will just
It's a
pop,
bog
it'll just
and it's a
pop up.
marsh.
I'm thinking of the old
Was it-
box tickler file, and even that one.
A shallow marsh.
cool,
Yeah. All right,
all right,
so 9th, I'm on your list.
all right. So, well, Flam is continued to 9th.
Yeah.
This other fellow, Tomas Lukevich, you're not working for him, 6 Pine Brook? Oh, he's the guy, I know which one. Everson sent me a plan through the Board of Health. He's got a triangular septic system, and it's a really tight fit, and I know.
We forgot to ask
that's what
Mike
it
Peel
is.
about his thing. Is Mike, oh, that's a
No,
different
no,
guy.
that's
Wasn't.
that's
I think
Michael
of him
Lottie.
as- All right, I keep getting those two confused.
All right, so that's the leach field on Pine Brook, okay.
That's on the 6, that's on the right-hand side.
Yeah, yeah, that's a little tiny leach field, and I guess they want to remove some trees or something.
We got a ton of mail to go through too. so we
Okay.
get this-
All right, Kev, we're gonna move on. We wanna-
Or we
Okay, thank
won't
you.
Get out of here.
All right, Munsing, all right, 7:45, Munsing Ridge DEP land donation discussion. I think we discussed it last time, but I think it was a consensus on this board that we really don't want to get any more land in fee, but we would like to have a conservation restriction put on it. In fee is no good, we pick up a lot of liability, ton of liability, but a conservation restriction is fine, a little more work though.
Okay.
All right, 7:45, NOI Mike Peel, PC Development, this is Munsing Ridge, subdivision, 75 homes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Haven't heard anything from Donnie Frederick, the engineer of record, so I move that we continue this until next time. And then
We
the,
need to, all right,
then the COC Amherst Street, we just dealt with that, so, okay. Post next meeting, when's the next meeting?
The 9th,
July
Okay.
9th.
July 9th.
July 9th, 7 o'clock, at 1.
We need a sticky note for that to tell Kathy, or she'll automatically do it
For what?
for posting next
Yeah,
meeting.
we can give her a
I
note.
thought she just does it.
Okay.
She'll do it, but
I've never
Okay.
posted her a
she'll
note.
do it. Approved minutes from the last time or previous minutes, I think we don't have minutes.
have any.
We have them on the videotape. Are they uploaded?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So folks that want to look at the minutes, go to GCAM.
YouTube page, right, YouTube page.
Okay. Oh, by the way, my daughter who lives in Manhattan watched our commission meeting from the 28th of May on YouTube.
Yeah.
So those are uploaded to YouTube now?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they've always been.
Oh, okay, great. So they're worldwide, we have worldwide exposure now. That's
Yeah.
great, terrific.
Movie stars.
Okay, yeah,
YouTube stars.
yeah. Okay, bills to pay?
We have this one, invoice for MACC for $287 for membership,
That's for all of us?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay, I move we pay that.
All right. I'll make a motion in a second.
All in favor? Aye, okay.
All right, so bills, fee, membership. Do we want to list our people in here?
What?
It doesn't have anybody listed.
Won't they just send us cards?
Kathy knows who we are.
Okay. All right, so we need to sign this,
Maybe.
please. Pay. Okay.
Okay, financial accounts update.
All right.
Do we have the new
Is
one?
some here,
Well, I've got
this is
the,
due 6/6.
yeah, here's the folder.
So, there's a Nexium account. I don't know if that incorporated. CP Power, there's still 6,500 in there?
Not Nexium, Next Amp,
Yes, Nexium.
yeah.
Yep,
You
all
said
right.
Nexium.
Then we CPV Power, we got 3,800. VHB, we got 260. So those are the special accounts. Dufrane's, there's 4,000. The other one is 25,000 for Forge Pond trees. Those are under special articles, funds. Let's see, we have general expense conservation fund, we got 35,974. Our hatch fund, we have 42,000.
Oh, hold on. So did they take the 25,000 tree cutting out of our conservation account?
It's
No, they
a
took it out of the
special
Forge Pond thing.
account, it's a special
It was money
appropriation
allotted.
under special
Yeah,
articles.
because we gotta,
So we gotta
make
punch
sure,
it, put
yeah,
it in.
yeah, punch it with the
Okay.
3-ring puncher and put it in there.
Let me read this. Town of Granby Planning Board, special permit and site plan review, and it was a denial for 0 Kendall Street. It was for a Borrego Solar Systems Incorporated?
Yeah, 5 megawatt.
All right, where was that? Did we review that one?
No, it was rejected by the planning board, so it
Yeah.
didn't even come to us yet.
Okay.
But let me try to stay in order here, gang.
Okay, well, I'm just going through
Yeah,
the mail.
okay, no. Number 6, approve renewal gravel pits, 2019, 2020 gravel pits, once again. We gotta do those, I know they're on the
Yeah.
list. Number 7, outreach education plant of the week. What's our plant of the week?
Nothing. Poison ivy's out. Oh,
Yeah.
elderberry's flowering right now.
Oh, by the way, I met with Ward Smith out on that corner lot on South
Oh,
and
yeah.
East Street, and
Okay,
he's gonna be doing the review.
okay, what did he think his first?
Unofficially, there is a lot of wetland there that we had discussed. Whether or not it's connected to the down gradient is the big question, so he's gonna look at the connectivity.
Okay,
Okay, other plants of the week. Notices ZBA.
okay.
Any other ZBA notices,
We
Wanda?
got all these information.
News announcements?
This is
Go ahead.
Connecticut River Conservancy. Do we want to join that? Probably not, or do we?
I'm not going to.
All right. I know, they're a good organization. This other is Town of Granby Conservation Commission. I don't know what this is. We'll find out. It's planning board denial.
Or do I have to put those
All
into
this is
separate places?
Borrego. This is for Borrego
But
again.
make sure they're in the.
They're in the right spot.
On the time, yeah.
Yeah.
the
We
time
have a
sheet.
forest cutting plan
For whom?
for plan repair of timber harvester. Landowner is Chrissa Liddell, 81 Burnett Street. And it's chapter 61A, FS1 flagged in pink. Neighbor's property approved under, is there a map in here? So they're taking out red oak, white pine, hickory.
What's the address?
2 clear-cut areas will be created in stands 2 and 3 to release existing regeneration. Areas not clear-cut will be thinned to select the best stems to grow in the future. You know, look where it is.
Oh, just a point of information. I talked to Kathy this afternoon, and indeed, the air conditioning is not working in this building. And I should have notified her last time, because the technician's supposed to actually come tomorrow to fix it. So hopefully, next meeting, when the temperature's up, we'll have AC
You
in
have
here.
a-
But tonight, it's not
I
bad.
have that already.
All right.
I get those in the mail.
All right.
Where the hell is this?
This is, these are the boundaries and stuff. All right, so I think that's it for mail. Is there anything else in the Kathy folder we need to look at? And this is what, I can't remember what this is.
This is actually
this
near
is-
Patty Castellanus's property. That's where that is.
What about this Orchards Golf Course? What's happening with this?
Oh, let's see, they're coming in for a, let me see that. Yeah, they're coming in for a maintenance, they want to do maintenance on the golf course.
Okay.
We got our check for 125.
Can you bring this up, this property?
Yep, it's up right now.
Oh,
Well, it's loading.
all right.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Meredith
that
is doing
wetland's on
this.
it. Yep, all right.
Let me click on the other side.
Stand 2,
Show
2A,
connections.
CC, FS1, FS2, and CC number 2, S stand 2.
Where are the sections of cutting? Crossing. Do they already have an access road right here? Yeah, I guess that's what that is right in there.
Oh,
Yeah, to their house.
There must be a
Yeah,
crossing.
I'm gonna take this and do this.
Because we have a hydraulic connection between those two.
Yeah, there is a hydraulic connection in there. I don't see a crossing on this map.
Okay, where's the property with the tree cutting?
It's the middle oblong shaped structure.
Oh, okay,
This whole area.
okay.
But
And
they're
that
getting
side
in this
thing.
way, so I'm assuming they're gonna be using the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of covered by trees, but yeah. So that's how they're getting across the actual stream that goes across the front of the property, and there's a hydraulic connection in the back.
Now,
But I
that
don't see
stream is
anything-
perennial, it's a perennial stream, because we've gone over that many, many times.
Which one? The one in the back?
No, the one in the front.
Really? 'Cause it's
Yeah.
not showing up.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, it is showing us perennial.
Yeah. Remember we had the issue with the, remember Brooks, remember we had a big brouhaha, it was before Amanda got on the board. But remember we had a big issue about perennial, a non-perennial status, they wanted to
Yeah.
build a home there.
Okay,
It took about 6 months to iron that one
Permit
out.
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is this like Godbow's area?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right,
Yeah, it's west of Godbout's.
okay. So,
Okay,
what else do we need to do?
let's see, just reporting in. All right, DCR Forge Pond,
We got our update.
yep, update, well, this is water chestnut.
No, this is,
No,
That's the
that's the
RDA.
dam, but Dory was in here with the water chestnut. Oh, I haven't updated you on
yeah, but this
it.
DCR thing,
And we
that's
had-
been there
Yeah, right,
forever
right,
for the
right.
I've seen
dam.
some emails going back.
Well, here's the
and forth.
thing, Heather Rule, I finally got a hold of Ian. Remember Ian, the Eagle Scout
yeah.
from last year? Ian Waugh? He's agreed to get some of his colleagues to help Heather Rule pull water chestnut, all the Boy Scouts. So
Oh,
that'll be
that's
great.
great.
Yeah, so they got a whole crew out there, so that's gonna be excellent.
Yeah.
So they'll work with Heather and get that done. I'm
Okay.
appreciative to what they're doing.
Yeah.
Certificate of compliance, Children's First, no action on that. Phillip Drive, we haven't dealt with that yet. Okay, 98 Cold Hill. Wenda and I went and met with Dave Collette Saturday morning, was it?
Yeah,
And as we had suspected, the road is not where it's supposed to have been. It's about 125 feet south of where it was supposed to have been placed.
Yeah, maybe
That's
25.
why, what happened is the wetland kind of flares out like that, and he's putting the road in here with the wetland flared out, so there's
Yeah.
no defined river channel there.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. Up there was a channel. Here, there's no channel. It kind of went back in the sheet flow.
Yeah, and it's also a significant impact.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of a
Well,
small crossing.
I got to talk to Dave Fowles about this. I told Dave I'd brief him on this, but it appears as though there's in excess of 2,000 square foot of disturbance. That's my gut feeling on that.
Yeah.
And again, we'll get it ironed out, but,
okay,
the
so you
bottom
haven't
line
had a
is,
chance to call him.
the road, well, I've been playing phone tag with him, but the
Yeah.
road was not put where it's supposed to have been put.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
But I don't think we want another impact.
Well, again,
I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're not gonna move it, we're gonna work with what we have.
Yeah.
But, I got an email
I don't
from,
know if they'll approve us to let it work with what we have, because it wouldn't have been permitted. What he did would not have been permitted, because it's a huge impact.
well, I think
Filling
the
in
whole
all
point
that
is
wetlands.
to minimize and mitigate, so he didn't, what the proposal was is to minimize the disturbance. That is, they went way up on the site where the wetland was very, very tiny, and you had a little stream crossing. What Dave did was he went down lower, put the road in. Now, the rationale was likely because his, manufactured home had
Oh,
a
I know.
WB-60, a big truck, a big trailer truck,
Yep.
and they had to take wide corners, as you know.
Yep.
And they couldn't take that little dinky road, so they needed a big straight swath to get that vehicle through there. But again, that's no excuse. Technically, he should have filed for an amended permit at that point in time, but I suspect what may have happened is, things happened so quickly on the construction side, is that they said, we're bringing this home in next week, you better have this ready to go. And again, if he had come in for an amended permit, that would have been another
Okay,
6
and
month
I also
delay.
checked with Amanda, and we looked at the maps.
Yep,
There's wetland behind his house that he might be encroaching on too. Remember I told you there was elderberry in the backyard?
I looked at
There's a huge
those.
wetland behind
I
there.
looked at those, yep.
But we didn't take a walk behind his house, so we need to make sure he's not encroaching behind his
All right,
house.
well, again, that will be dealt with, but again, I'll follow up again with Fowler's.
See that? See the green? Mm-hmm. That's right behind his house. That right there.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the 2018 photo, it does show his road. His road is clearly visible.
Oh, yeah. No, I know, I've been tracking it on.
Yeah. It's clearly visible. And if you do an overlay of the plan set with respect to that photograph, it's about 125 feet south of where it was supposed to have been placed.
Yeah, I don't think it's that far, but.
No, it is.
No, it's,
I took
wouldn't surprise
time.
me.
I measured it out very carefully. No, up. Yep, there you go. Zoom right in there.
In here?
That
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like
that is it.
Yeah, that's the 2016 one.
Oh. That
There you go.
explains it.
There you go.
There it
There
is.
you go.
I was
There you
looking
go.
for the big bare
Yeah,
spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you
here-
overlay
now-
the wetlands on there?
No, these are two separate things.
Oh, all right.
If you overlay the Mass GIS property line, you're gonna find the line is about here, and his road was supposed to have been like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you look at the plan set, it's supposed to have been like this, so what you do is just measure from this point to this
Yeah.
point, it's about 125 feet.
Okay,
Anyway, we'll get this resolved.
all right. And we gotta look at the fact that there's a wetland behind his house.
Yeah. But I suspect the motivation had to do with getting the home.
Yes, oh,
Close.
definitely.
But again, he should have at least given us a heads up or something.
Well,
Okay.
there was another commissioner who said that it was
Yeah.
not a wetland.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, we don't
So-
have to go over that again.
So we'll have to see what Follis wants to do. Because there's 50 or 75 feet of wetland.
Well, we agreed, you said there's about a half dozen trees that were cut?
Yeah.
So those are gonna probably have to be replanted.
But do we want multiple pipes under there and a road that allows the sheet flow to go through there?
Well, the Army Corps standards are right there on the board.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot more
Yeah.
complicated than that. Cause it's now complete, the whole road width, that section that's in wetland is technically have compacted and like altered that whole wetland stretch.
That's right, that's
So
why.
he's going to have to replicate that, or likely, more realistically,
Mitigate or something.
undo
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get
And then restore a
we'll get
lot.
it, we'll get it ironed out. We'll get
Yeah.
ironed out.
Well, we told him that he was supposed to be here tonight and he's not. Remember?
He said, he sent me an email today, his wife had some sort of, project for him to work on tonight, he said. He had prior engagement.
So,
But again, he'll come in, he said he'd come in on our next meeting, the 9th, he'll be here on the 9th. And at that time,
and he
I'll have
was,
spoken
we
to
told him
Follis.
he should talk to Fredericks to
Oh,
do
yes.
the
yeah,
survey
yeah.
as built.
He's gonna
But I think we
communicate
need
with
to-
Donnie
I
Frederick.
think we need to he needs to pay those guys to flag the wetland behind him.
Well, let's cross one bridge.
Or
Well, we
we
don't
go
want
to
any more
at least within
impacts.
his own property line.
Yeah, yep. We need to have Frederick,
Listen, Dave Fowlis is gonna help us out, he'll steer us in the right direction
Yeah.
on this. Okay, so anyway, we're taking care of these enforcements slowly but surely. We got Kearsarge Solar ironed out. We're starting to iron out Cold Hill. And the last one is that 7 Phillip Drive, that Bernier.
There was also that other one on,
It's been
Ferry
a while
Hill.
back now, no, not.
Oh, yeah, that's the
Well,
one.
there's Ferry Hill, yes, but there's another one. The solar panels in the wetland that was owned by the Nature Conservancy.
We haven't done
Oh,
that
the
one.
one, yes.
Oh, Kestrel, it was on Kestrel
yes.
property.
Oh my
yes.
God, that one's really full.
That's a real bad one too, because he literally just filled it in and, who was it? Dave said that it should not have happened, like it would have never been permitted, because he has plenty of front lawn space.
Okay.
So can we put that on the next agenda?
To catch us up? Sure.
Yeah, what is it? Do you know where that is? Is that Chicopee Street or something?
It is Chicopee Street, but I can't remember the number.
Chicopee
All
Street
right, I'll take this with me
Enforcement.
then.
Yeah.
Actually, there's no map on this.
Okay. So is there a agenda that I can, all right, that I can write notes for Kathy, right? Is it C or a K?
See, put this in 255,
Okay.
the Mays order of conditions.
Continue,
You guys put that
continue,
in that folder.
continue. All these are continued, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then,
Alex, has my program aired yet?
Still finishing up a little.
All right, yeah.
Still some ways to go.
Yeah, get it aired because the Apollo 11 was on CNN on
Site
Sunday. Did you
visit,
watch it at 9
schedule.
o'clock? They had an hour program on
It was
CNN.
307.
58,
So you get that on as soon as you can.
307 Chicopee
It's
Street.
July
Yep.
16th, right? July 19th?
Well, the lunar
Okay, and then we
landing
also
was
have,
the
Ferry Hill.
20th, July 20th.
It'll be done before then, don't
Yeah.
don't worry about that. You'll be able to see it before we put it up.
enforcement.
And I got another one I'm working on too, so let me know.
Okay.
Okay, and should we put a note on here about, what's that East Street, what's that one you're working on and we have retained? We retained a, wetland scientist?
Oh, corner of east and south.
East.
It's the northwest
And south.
quadrant of that intersection. That's the one Heather Comey is doing the
Okay.
permitting on.
Who did we get?
Ward Smith.
Ward Smith? Is he a PWS?
He's very good. He's extremely good.
Okay,
And he's only charging $750.
okay, all right.
Oh, but this one, it wasn't Dave, it was, Mark Stinson who had talked to me about this one.
Yeah, 307 Chicopee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, gang, I'm ready to
right,
adjourn.
so-
Are you?
Yes.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.